Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Life with Nana. I'm Nana, and I'm so glad you're here today. We're on the back porch because we just got back from the farmer's market, and look what we found. Some pinto beans. Aren't these things beautiful? Look at this. I love the red stripe. He also had some that were already shelled, and I've got them in the sink, defrosting, and we are going to can them. And the reason we're canning them is because I like to have things ready to open and just heat up and pour in a pan. I could have totally put the beans he had ready to go in the freezer, just put them in the freezer. But I prefer to can them, so that's what we're going to do. It's raining here right now, but we're also, if it quits raining, we're going to get out in the garden and pick some butter beans. And we're going to be canning these pinto beans. And we had a really nice morning going to the farmer's market. I highly, highly recommend you to go to your local farmer's market and support local farmers. They had a lot at the farmer's market today.
Good crowd.
Almost every place in the market was full. We have a smaller market, but almost every one was full.
Seeing my sister Ann down there that was a treat.
Yeah. We saw my sister-in-law Ann down there, and that was fun. We all kind of shopped around together a little bit.
She's always buying everybody something.
Yeah, she's always buying everybody something. She bought me a Bigfoot today. You guys know how I love Bigfoot. And I got a new Bigfoot in the kitchen. Y'all are going to have to see if you can spot it in the video. Some people call these cranberry beans. The man we bought them for, he was calling them pintos. Papa said they look like pintos or cranberry beans. Whatever, they're beautiful beans. Look. Yeah, sometimes they're called chili beans. His mom and dad always had a big garden, and his oldest brother. And so we have a lot of fond memories of sitting around shelling and breaking beans and shelling beans and peas. And I think that's where our love of gardening has come from.
That's why those are called cranberry beans.
That's why they were called cranberry beans. Can you see that? Let me put some of these white ones next to it so you can see the difference. Whoops, I dropped one. You see the difference? Where'd you go? Come back here. He is not going to get away from me. You are going in a jar, buddy. Some people call these pintos. Some people call these cranberry beans. I don't care what you call them. They are delicious. But this is how he sells a lot of them. This is a 1 pound pack, vacuum sealed, and they're frozen. And I'm thawing them out. And I know there's going to be a lot of people. Why would you do that? Because I want these ready to go. I don't want to take them up room in my freezer. I want them ready to go on my shelf. And that way I don't have to worry about it. All I have to do is open a bag and put them in a pan. We need to try to get 7 jars. What we got here? This will be number 7. Take a few out of this one. And what I may do is try to get 7 jars of the ones that have been kind of frozen. And that way, the fresh ones, they won't matter. if we wait just a little while. I'm trying to save my freezer space for tomatoes so I can make tomato powder. You know, we talked about that last video. And I love going to the farmer's market and buying things. And I can't wait to show you these eggs that I got. They are beautiful. I can't wait to have chickens of my own. I want chickens that lay different color eggs because I love that. Let's see, 2, 4, 6. I need one more. Determined to give me a half a bag, isn't it? That's okay. Just a few more on this one. Now we're doing a cold pack method, and that means your jars are at room temperature. These are going to be kind of cool. I'm going to put cold water over them. We're starting with a cold canner because you don't want any kind of temperature shock. These are my favorite lids. I've got to order some. These are 4 jar. And Papa said that he wanted me to put salt in these, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt in each jar. That is kind of clumped up down there. I'm running low on canning salt. I'm going to have to go to the store. There's a couple of things I need. I was talking to one of the ladies down there that I bought the eggs from, and I asked her if she had washed those eggs, and she said she did. And I said, well, I would really like to have some that haven't been washed because I'd like to water glass some. I just wanted to try it. And he said, well, next week we'll bring you some. And I said, okay. I should have got his name. I'm terrible about that. But next week I will. All right. Now I am using canning salt. You do not want to use salt with iodine in it. It's not, I don't think it harms you. It just makes your product look weird. So just go ahead and get the canning salt. We're going to wipe the rims of these. We're going to pressure can these 75 minutes. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put my lid on. And I'm going to go ahead and fasten this down. I am going to make sure that it's on vent. And it is. And we're going to press it to the next thing. And it's going to be warming up the contents of the jars. Man, I have got to order some lids. But this is what I like to can with. So while these are canning, I'll probably go order some. Because I just probably am just going to have enough for what I'm doing today. Ooh. I'm just going to clip this and I'm going to set it back in this cool water. Maybe they won't sour. Let me show you these eggs. Look how gorgeous. They're all different colors. I love them. Aren't they gorgeous? I can't wait to have my own chickens. Now, a lot of people don't like these kind of eggs. They're exactly the same as a white egg that you buy at the store. The only difference is these eggs were probably laid a day or two ago. You just don't know. So I would much rather buy my eggs from someone who has chickens and is selling them. And the deep yellow of the yolk tells you they've been fed well. They are nutritious. And I love that. Now, a lot of people don't like that either. But I'm telling you, it makes all the difference in the world as far as the nutrition value goes. Okay, so while we're waiting for the rain to stop, I think it's actually already stopped, but I'm having to babysit the canner just for a few minutes. I thought I'd go ahead and mix up some zucchini bread. Let me grab me a knife. And I bought this big old zucchini from the farmer's market. Now, normally I would not buy one this big, but sometimes, you know, people touch your heart, so you just do it. It's not hard at all, but we will get the seeds out of it if it's got a lot. It doesn't look like it's going to have a lot. I need 2.5 cups of zucchini for my bread. I'm going to pull my garbage can over a little closer. And whatever, if this makes more than 2.5 cups, I'm going to put it in the freezer anyway because I've got this other zucchini that I need to process today anyway. But I saw, I was watching True Grit Appalachian Homestead, and I saw Megan make this, and I'm not sure that I'm using the same recipe that she is. I'm just adding the chocolate chips like she did because that sounded good. So this is going to be a little loud, sorry. And some people peel the zucchini. I don't find that necessary. Let's see. We're not that full. Let's go ahead and do this one. This one came from our garden, and I knew it wouldn't be enough. Papa's probably already out there picking Butterbeans. I feel like I need to be out there helping, but you got to make sure the canner gets going. And if I can do 2 or 3 things at once, then that's good. All right. Now both my sinks are full, so for right now I'm just going to put those in the dishwasher I'm going to need them in a minute anyway. Now I'm going to spray my pan very well. And I have my KitchenAid mixer over here. Let's see if we can get things organized where you can see. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to add is 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. And then 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm sorry, that was baking powder that I put in before. Now baking soda. I'll put the recipe in the show notes so you don't have to worry. Nutmeg and salt. And we're going to mix those together. I also have 3/4 cup of brown sugar that I'm going to put in there. Okay. So it calls for 3 eggs. And I'm not using my beautiful farm fresh eggs yet because I had these in the refrigerator and I need to get these used up. And I'm going to beat these just slightly. Three eggs. Vanilla. You know what I always say, measure with your heart. And it calls for 3/4 cup of oil, but I'm going to be using applesauce. One thing, I don't have any oil in the house. I need to go to the store. I forgot the white sugar. 3/4 cup of this also. I'm trying to get it in the right spot. All right. So we need 2 1/2 cups of zucchini. Now this will be good because I'll have some more zucchini to put in the freezer. Okay, that's gonna, I'm gonna scrape that down here in just a minute. I'm having some audio difficulties. So here you see me adding the chocolate chips, about 1 cup to the zucchini bread. And I will turn the mixer back on and let it mix together. And then we will put it in a pan and let it bake for about an hour. We did pretty good out of the 2 zucchini that we got today. So we got 2 bags to go in the freezer, and I'm going to be making this bread. Get this out of my way. Put this in a 350-degree oven, and it's going to bake for about 50 minutes. My recipe says 1 hour and 10 minutes, but I'll start checking at around 50 because my oven cooks just a little bit hot. Almost ready for the canner to be turned to can, and I can go out and help Papa. So I'll bring you back when we get to that point. Well, all right, everybody. Whew, Nana is tired, but we got a ways to go yet. We have our first batch of cranberry beans or pinto beans, whichever one you want to call them. Aren't they gorgeous? They're just so beautiful. I'm putting together another canner of butter beans. So Papa is busy out on the back porch. He is shelling the butter beans while I'm getting this done. I had to make a run to Walmart, guys. I ran out of jars. Can you believe that? Oh my goodness. Nana is so excited. The only jars I have out there are jelly jars, and I really need to get rid of some of those because I'm never going to use that many jelly jars. But I've been hanging on to them because, I've been hanging on to them because I do a lot of freeze drying in the winter, and I do a lot of powders, and a lot of times it's just enough for that. You know, you can put the powder in those little 1 cup jelly jars. And so in these beans, I put a half teaspoon of salt. Papa asked me to put some salt in them, so that's what I did. As you can see, well, you probably can't see, but I still have a ton of tomatoes to do. We're going to try to get those done today. I don't know if we'll get them done today or not. We're definitely going to try to get this canning done because I don't want this staring me in the face tomorrow. I may go ahead and start in on the tomatoes and get those ready to go. I wanted to show you too, while you were away, we also had company. Our oldest son stopped by, and it's always such a wonderful surprise, and I'm so happy when he comes by. He works a lot. Him and his wife both work a lot. So she was working today. They were having a big event where she works. But this is the chocolate chip zucchini bread. Okay, these jars have the cranberry beans. I have 2 jars of those. And then I have 2 jars of butter beans. Or I have 5 jars of butter beans. I'm not sure because this is the first time I've used these particular jars. I just bought them because I thought they were so pretty. But I'm down to the count now. We're going to get these going here in a minute. And what else we're going to do? Well, right now I'm going to go out and help Papa finish shelling the rest of these butter beans. And we got 18 minutes on the canner, and it'll take it another hour to cool down. So we're going to let that do that. I will bring you back when we pack up the next load of jars so that you can see how we do it. We have our last 7 jars of butter beans here, and I've already filled them up. I washed them and filled them up, and I put a half a teaspoon of salt in these 2. Let's get those filled up. And we like 1 more jar. We just started the canner with another canner of, I had 2 jars of pintos and I think 5 jars of these. And so basically all you're doing is just putting the beans in the jar. Half a teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to fill the jar up until the bottom rim, just like you've seen me do so many times before. Now I'm going to wipe the rims. Now I don't need vinegar on this because, well, we're not dealing with anything greasy. So we're just wiping to make sure I didn't get any salt on the edge. I'm going to put my 4 jar canning lids. You always want to use a new lid. You can reuse these for other things, not for canning, but for other things. I reuse them for when I freeze dry things, and I'm just going to pull a vacuum and put an oxygen absorber in there. I reuse them that way. But I would never reuse them to can in. They don't recommend that, so why take a chance? And these are going to be perfectly fine. The house is cool. They're going to sit right here until that canner is finished. And it's going to take it about an hour. And I wanted to show you these. We have 14 jars of the cranberry beans. And my mother always did this. This is not a necessary step, but this is just something my mom did, so I do it. Because we're in summertime and it's really hot here in Alabama. When we have vents in our ceilings and that air is kicking on, I don't want that cold air blowing on my jars, and so this just gives them a little bit of a shield from that. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're just going to finish these up. And today has been a very busy day. But I got to visit with my son, which was wonderful. My granddaughter's here, which is out of this world, fantastic. And I got to see my niece and her husband when I was out and about at Walmart. And that was so nice to get to visit with them. So we take these little opportunities, these little glimmers. A glimmer is something when you're in grief or you're in depression or you're in anxiety. A glimmer is something that can bring a smile to your face, and even though you're sad and it's hard to pull yourself out of it, those little glimmers are what keeps me going. So canning these and seeing the smile on Papa's face, because we raise these, we can these, we will enjoy these this winter. And these we bought at the farmer's market, but knowing that we helped a local farmer, that's great too. So that's a glimmer. And we have the cutest little hummingbird out. He's declared the back porch his territory, but there's something wrong with his beak. And I'll put a picture of it at the end of the point when I'm talking to it. But even he, with his little beak being messed up, he's eating and he's doing all his little hummingbird things. And it brought a really big smile to my face because he's overcoming all these adversities that life is throwing at him. And he's doing great. And so that made me want to try harder It made me want to try to do better. I want you to know that Nana loves you. Nana is so, so proud of you. So proud of you. Going through something and you're getting up and you're doing a few things. I'm really proud of you. Keep going, keep trying, keep doing. Remember, I love you. I love you with everything in me. I do. I love you. And I'm so proud of you, each and every one of you. I'm so, so proud of you. And remember, you always have a friend here. I'll see you on the next one.